Hey guys, my name is Peter, and today we're going to go through some training that shows you how to find profitable keywords in 2025. A lot of people on Amazon look at top line revenue, but at the end of the day, it's all about profit and how much money you can put in your back pocket. So, what we're going to cover today is how to be profitable on Amazon. And there's three keys to keyword profitability. The first one is you got to know your product life cycle, then the competitiveness of each keyword, and then implement hyper-relevant keywords in a phased approach. So basically what that means is your sales will then based on your keyword ranking, the search volume of that keyword ranking, and the conversion rate of your product. So today we'll be talking about keyword ranking and the search volume. Conversion's a separate topic, and we'll do some separate training on that. So really, this is a really important point about your product life cycle. Generally, I split this into three categories. Things in three are always much easier. So the first one, you're in your launch phase, you're just getting the product off the ground. The second is that you're in the growth phase, you're going for more medium volume keywords. And the third one is where you're established, you're going after the top keywords in the area. So a bit about myself, my name is Peter, I've been selling on Amazon since 2013. I've taken three brands, personal brands myself, from 0 to over 7 figures each. And we also sold those three brands in 2021 to an Amazon aggregator, which is a life-changing experience. I highly recommend anyone to go try down that path, try exit your business. 70 to 80% of all your profits come when you sell your Amazon business. So these are just some people we work with. I won't get into detail with them, but we specialize in Amazon agency. We work done for you service. We run your account, your PPC, everything A to B, and we love doing it for you guys. So the steps for Amazon profits. What we're going to go through is use the AMZ Scout keyword tool, and the one we want to use today is the reverse ASIN lookup. And basically what you want to be looking at is, going back to our training here, is find out what product life cycle your product is in. So are you launching? It's a brand new product, you're struggling for ranking, getting a few sales in right at the early stages. Are you in growth? So you're ranking for some of the medium volume keywords. It's only on page 1, position 1 to 10 for a few of the keywords. Or are you an established? So you've been on Amazon a while, you've got a ton of reviews, you've got social proof. Now your job is just to maintain market share. So basically in launch, you're just kicking off, you're not ranking for many keywords. Growth is where you're getting the medium volume keyword. You're starting to get market share from the competitors. Established is when you're the top 1 or 2 sellers and you're just trying to maintain your market share. So what you want to do is align your keywords for your buyer intent. The whole thing about Amazon is being super relevant. So if you're selling a backpack for laptops, you really want to hone in and what is your buyer's intent? What are they looking for? Amazon's all about conversions. The algorithm loves high converting keywords, hyper relevant. A, it helps you with your ranking. B, it helps you with your PPC in terms of the bid, the budget, and how much you're paying for it. And lastly, it's like Everest. So when you start out, there's certain keywords you want to rank for. You go up, you start ranking for those keywords, then you sort of drop back slightly, find bigger keywords, you go to the next level, which is the growth phase. You start ranking for those ones, sometimes you drop back as you try to do for higher keywords, then you get to the established market level. So how do we do this? So we're going to use AMZ Scout and go through the reverse ASIN tool. So I've got that loaded up here, and let me just bring it up. So I've already put in the ASINs, I've put in ones there, and what we're doing today is we're looking at laptop bags. So this is a very generic one. What you do is go through, find 4 to 6 of the top generic laptop bags, and then the key thing is to find ones that are similar to your product. So you don't want to go for ones with different features, different offerings, different benefits. You want to find ones that are more relevant to your product, because what that does is the ranking for those keywords are relevant to your business and your Amazon listing. Amazon's all about relevancy of keywords when you're trying to do ranking, and then ranking for those keywords as well. The biggest mistake I see with people selecting keywords is trying to go for high volume search keywords that are either not relevant or they're in the launch phase and they're not going to be able to compete for it. So the key is, if you think of a pyramid going up for Everest, at the bottom when you start out, super relevant, hyper relevant keywords for your product, even niche it down to maybe certain sections like best college laptop, and you change the listing for that, even your imagery. You get ranking on those ones, then you go for the medium tier, so you're climbing up the mountain. Then once you've got those keywords, that's when you go for the very top high volume ones. That's when you get the established. So you think at the bottom, launching, hyper relevant, medium, becoming slightly less relevant, and once you're established, you're going for the very high volume keywords. So what you do, take all this data here, add in the ASINs, run the reverse ASIN, and what I do is I export it out to PowerPoint, and that's what it looks like here. So I've just color coded this keyword effectiveness. So what I've done here is sorted it by keyword effectiveness. So if you go into your AMZ South, keyword effectiveness shows you how relevant it is to your product, and then I sort it by search, estimated monthly volume, and then keyword average sales. So what I do here is I look at these keywords, I'll sort by effectiveness, and I'll work out what product life cycle I'm in. So am I launching it? If I'm launching, I'm looking at keywords that are under 500 monthly searches a month. And then I'm looking for the ones that are green. So that's why it's at the top. So this is example, this is launch. So I put in there. And then these ones here, hyper relevant, but see 33,000, that's an established one. So I put that in the establishment column. So that's why it's stage established. And then I'll look for ones down here. Once you get over about 1,000 to 2,000, it's more the medium, which is your growth phase. That's why I put growth here. So what I recommend, and this is a hack, I would actually go through and say, okay, how can my product be super relevant for keywords I like? So if I go through this one here, this is hyper relevant. For the launch phase, I'll be happy just to get page 1 ranking, and you've got to be in the top 10. If you're not in the top 10, it doesn't work with Amazon sales. So I would say, okay, I've got a laptop bag, and I can probably move it towards best college laptop bag, because I know that's hyper relevant. I'd also look at the seasonality. So if college is about to go back, I'd go through to my listing, if it was a bag here, and I'd update it. So the listing was targeted for college students, and then I actually have images. So you always put your imagery, which is your customer avatar, related to your product. So if you want to go for this keyword, because it's going back to college period, so probably 6 weeks before you go back, update your imagery. So this is in the title, in the bullet points, and then you do images of college students. So college students using the bag, the benefits of the bag related to college, like maybe they use iPads more, or what they do, or they carry, it's got a special coffee cup holder or something that college students do. Make it super relevant, and I guarantee you'll hit out the park for returning back to college, because you're going to be the #1. You may even get the Amazon's Choice badge, and use that. Then what you'll find is you'll be ranking #1 for that, and you can tick that off the keyword. Then I'll also go through some other ones, but you have to look if it's super relevant. So this one here says 14-inch. This one says 15-inch. If yours isn't a 14 or 15-inch laptop, you don't use the keyword. That's why it has to be hyper relevant, because you're not going to convert on it, and it hurts your overall ranking. A higher conversion rate, the better your ranking for most keywords. So that's why you got to look through here and determine, is this one relevant? Just say this was relevant, and yours is a 15-inch one, then I would add that to the list as well. And what you want to do is start ranking for certain keywords, and then track them. And once you're in that page 1, position 1 and 10, that's when you tick it off, and you can move to another keyword. A secret with this as well is that you got to pair it with the PPC. So once you go through this keyword, this is a seasonal one, single keyword ad campaigns, fixed bid very high for this one. So what's going to happen is you're going to get the PPC sales for this, for a keyword. So you're going to rank specifically for this keyword. Once you rank through the PPC, then your organic rank comes up as well. So what I recommend is then you go through this list and say, okay, which other ones can I pick out? Is there any other seasonal ones that would make sense? For example, when school goes back, if there's a school one, I'll put that one in. And then basically go through your list and say, okay, are there seasonal ones? Put a calendar together. So we'll do all the seasonal ones, put those together. Then outside the seasonal ones, work out what product phase you're in. Are you in launch, established, or growth? And then do those. And what you want to do is make sure you target, I always go in order of effectiveness. So start at 10, then go through the 7s, and then the 2s. And if you find that there's far too many 2s, you haven't selected super relevant keyword products for it. So that's an improvement opportunity in terms of your analysis. So at a high level, what you need to do is A, work out your product life cycle. B, be super relevant for the keywords. 3, actually make your listing around your keyword and put a content calendar together. Go through all the seasonal ones, and these ones here means you get a real good spike for 3 or 4 weeks, maybe up to 6 weeks for the keywords. And then what you do is you change your listing for that keyword, so the imagery, the keywords align to it, and then you also change your PPC just for that period to align for it. Then what you find is once you're out of the launch phase, you move to the growth phase. Growth phase is often shown by your sales in terms of your market share. So you're significantly taking market share for the others. You're not the top 1 or 2 sellers, but you're probably within the top mix of it. And you've also got significant reviews. One of the main things in launch is a lack of reviews, so you've got to get that up. Then once you go through, hopefully once you get to a point, you can go for this one. This is the master keyword, but you can only get it once you've gone through the growth and launch phases. So this is the keyword backpack, the laptop backpack. This is the top one that gets most of the sales in the market. That's when you're established. So if you think of this, going back to a presentation at the start, you got to think of this as climbing Everest. So work out where you're starting. Are you starting at base camp and you're just launching? If so, go for the launch phase keywords. Are you growing? You go for the growth ones, which are normally medium volume search terms, so for 2,000 above. Or are you established, which are the big players? And what can happen is you go through these different cycles. You've maybe been established when you were the top 1 or 2 sellers for a period. Other competitors come in, you didn't change your listing, you didn't improve your imagery, you didn't work in your PPC, and you may have dropped back down to growth phase. And what you need to do here is use the AMZ Scout keyword tracker, and that will show you. We recommend to monitor this on a weekly basis, but once you see 2 to 3 weeks of a material drop, that's when you need to take action. So if you're ranking very highly on a term here, just say yours is a 15-inch laptop, so you're ranking for this one quite well and you dropped off. You got to look at the reasons why. Is there another competitor coming there and they're taking market share? Is your PPC not spending as much on there? So this is a fluid motion, but once you get to established, that's what your goal is. And then what you want to be doing is just monitoring to make sure that you're staying on top of the keywords. And the easiest way to do it outside the calendar events is through your PPC management. So guys, today I really want to show you the basics about profitable keywords for 2025. If I had to take a few things away for it to share from my wisdom, it's around hyper relevancy. So make sure your keywords are hyper relevant to your product, because that improves your conversion and Amazon pushes up rankings based on conversion. The second one is to know your product lifecycle. So are you in the launch, growth, and establishment phase? And these things go up and down. These things change. So you may go launch, growth, back to launch, and then launch, growth, established. And then once you're there, know the competitiveness of each keyword and be hyper relevant with those. What we also offer, look, we've been set up as an agency, and I just want to give back to you guys. We've had a lot of success in Amazon, and I'm always happy to share the information with you. If you'd like to reach out to me, go to atomicamz.com or email me, and we can do a free audit of one of your listings and basically go through a whole bunch more information about market share, gap analysis, PPC audit, the whole packet in terms of how do you really sell well on Amazon. But I recommend just take this first step. Once you have a system around your keyword tracking and keyword growth, that's one of the pillars of success. Then after that, start looking at conversion rates. So guys, appreciate being able to share with you guys. Any feedbacks or comments, love to hear from you, and keep selling on Amazon. Thank you.